and comfort. And V2 in much more comfortable position on a PL than on an anti-mage. He is the illusion master.
Yeah, and it's certainly a fast way to be able to bring down the Medusa. When you don't have to worry about Stone Gaze anyway. Na'Vi gonna roll up into EXTREMUM here. Oh, what an impale though. Lands onto 2. Doesn't quite clip Roger there, but Melojewel managed to hit and get a very big shield, but it may not be enough. He's taken so much magic damage. Fairy Fire's gonna go off, but he's got nothing left in the tank. That just needed one more hit, but Iceberg, he lost vision of him, and it's Iceberg who's gonna go down first. Giving away the first blood. Always wanna fly, has the Ion Shell on him, so it's not looking great for him either. Na'Vi are gonna lose to EXTREMUM. Managed to pick up not just the first blood, not just 2 kills, but they're going to get the 2 bounties at top lane and a 3rd one at bottom as well. No, they're actually going to get 4 bounties, aren't they? Ah, damn. 4 bounties and 2 kills and a 3rd kill as well? What?
Oh my god. Okay. I mean, almost getting first blooded on Melo, but a Fairy Fire clutches, saves him, and then his team kills 3 people because of the cooldown from the Nyx stun, comes back up. All right, well, that's one way to start a game. Who got all the kills?
Yeah, seriously, they're going to be up by over 1K. This Nyx assassin from G. Shout out to Kyle, though, for recognizing instantly that was a true Treant Protector. Yeah, trying to mix up my player and hero names together. But yeah, Chu, who's played, I think it's like his 5th most played hero. A lot of Treant Protector under his belt.
He's a very specialist kind of player. His certain heroes, if they're there, they're going to pick it for him. His Tree, his Elder Titan, even his Willow at some point, I believe it was one of his other really popular ones. So, yeah. And he knows exactly what to do on this hero. So you see the way he's playing the lane. He cuts it for Shashlo, and he's going to reset the positioning a bit here.
Iceberg pulls back into the tower range. Only 1 shot, though, so it's not that bad.
Good lane for Iceberg again this game. They're definitely setting him up for success, and again they can do the same rotations that they did last time. Since they have the Enigma in the off lane, that's why they opened with it. Earth Spirit Enigma. Roger can look to punish the lanes as bottom. Chu finds Always Want to Fly playing on the side. I feel like Always Want to Fly has to be very careful how he does play on those sides there with the Treant. You're gonna get walked down very easily. Has to play in the lane, not on the side.
Yeah, the vacuum into the Nature's Grasp is a combination that I hadn't thought about, but certainly
it's actually nice.
One that's going to be feeling pretty rough to play against.
Yeah, it's actually quite nice. Definitely, I like it a lot.
I feel like that's what we've been seeing from a lot of Darkseer combos lately. No one's going Surge. Everyone wants to go Ion Shell, level 2 Vacuum, and they make some sort of combo play. Like with Clockwork, I feel like it's the most common one we see, where just pull them into the cogs.
It's one of the most valuable level 1 abilities in the game. 100 damage, 60 mana. Sure, the cooldown's very long, but it's 60 mana. It's a lot of damage, and it moves their position, so you get like 3 extra hits. Yeah, I love it. I love the.
Oh, nice kickback at the top lane. Roger rolls onto Nefrit, kicks him into General, who had the level 2 Eidolons up. A big kill for Na'Vi.
And Roger is looking to actually not make the moves away too much, since this time it's a Nyx Assassin as the 5 position. He can't actually secure the lane much at all. Death Prophet, on the other hand, before, could actually contest and help a little versus Eidolons. Nyx can't contribute much of anything to actually protect Nefert, so he'll have a much harder time this game.
Yeah, EG got all that extra gold, 4 bounties, got 2 kills, got the experience for the kills as well, so he got a faster level 2. He's got a straight-up Tranquil Boots, but it probably doesn't feel all that good. You probably don't feel like you can actually challenge this dual lane that much.
Yeah, they did. There he is able to clear out those Eidolons, but now he's out of mana, so the second set is going to be much more difficult for them to actually take out. And it's going to be the same rush for General. And I feel like this game, I felt like last game, it was going to have some amazing impact for his team too, because he's playing versus the Medusa and he gets to that book 3 so early, but I feel like General sabotaged his own game pretty hard in the last game. So I feel like this time around we'll hopefully see him be a little bit more contained, because it's a very different game that he's going to be playing. They're not playing this 4v5 for the majority. Melo. Getting very low. He might not even be able to go for the rune here.
Yeah, seriously. He's going to pop a Fairy Fire, but supports are coming en masse. Chu is low enough that he can't really contest bottom. It ends up being top, where Roger may just hold it out. We'll see. G's going to come across.
Nice
Either way. It's certainly not going to be picked up by Melojewel. Maybe.
Oh,
body blocks. Oh, he gets around it. G picks it up.
That was some nice body blocks, but yeah, G's able to get it anyway. Melojewel not gonna be able to reset his HP. He's still under a lot of pressure. He's doing good though. 25 last hits. He's losing the matchup, but it's a tough matchup for him versus the Death Prophet, so he should be pretty happy with that.
Fog, did you agree with Kyle's assessment of this breakdown of the Death Prophet versus Medusa lineup? Especially given how many buffs there are to the Death Prophet they're going to be in this game. Hold up. Shosh, though, it looks like he's taking a little bit too much damage. The Living Armor is going to come in. They vacuum them into the roots there. Might be able to do a lot of damage even as the Darkseer is gone. I'm thinking, always one applies. He's probably going to die here. Trade it out for the other one, but...
Orb of Venom. Yeah, they got him.
Yeah, that's pretty easy. Tries to draw the neutrals over. Ultimately, V-Tune is going to be chased out of lane, but he does pick up a bounty rune.
I've definitely seen similar to what Kyle is talking about, though, with the Medusas versus the Death Prophets. But if the Medusa does get to a point where she's pressured or behind, the Death Prophet can just eat you alive. And Nefrit, like you said, he's not having an easy time. Look at him up top. He's just dead.
Yeah, he can't run, so he kind of stands and fights. And G does what he can. He's trying to kill the Eidolons as fast as he can, but another round comes up, so not a whole lot they can do there.
He's gonna have a really hard time recovering this game. As general, I mean, the book's already gonna be coming out in a second here, so that pressure, just like last time, it'll be applied very hard on the tower, and they don't have a Death Prophet to just nuke the waves and pull it away, or just sit there and tap the experience while Medusa jungles. This will be a lot more difficult for EXTREMUM to actually make work. As Melojewel, he hits level 6 as Roger's rolling in. Roger.
Trying to get that haste rune, does manage to pick it up into his bottle. Let's see if he can turn this around. Melojewel with some style here is going to try and bring down Roger, turning this 3v1 gank into a 2v3. They're managed to get one pick off, and maybe another here. You could see him. He wants to go for Always Want to Fly, especially now with the help of Chu. He's going to run out. The last little hit is not going to be enough. He bottles up. The Thunderstrike won't kill him, and look him come back to make sure that Iceberg goes down. Big plays from Melojewel.
It was literally the creep that gave him the level 6 is as Roger rolls in. So he gets that opportunity. Now Roger's mad and he gets...
Okay. Did he just roll and kick?
He just rolled and kicked the stone at him.
Wow.
Oh. All right. Don't tip Roger.
Pull back. Always Want to Fly. There's that vacuum combo again. Boy, that looks really hard to manage.
I like this. I like this tree and this Darkseer. And did you notice the Darkseer's items too? Shoshlo? Double null talisman. I've never seen that. I've seen the bottles almost exclusively for these Darkseers now.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. 6% spell amp right there. Chew.
A little bit of regen. I mean, it's cool. Helps him stay in the lane. It's a different approach. It's making him do a lot more damage too, right? You get that slight little spell amp.
Yeah.
Something.
One thing I like about this Chu, this Treant Protector, I feel like you would have countered yourself with the old Living Armor. Phantom Lancer, Death Prophet, a lot of instances of damage, but that's not how Living Armor works anymore. Now it just gives you straight up armor and gives you a total amount of heal. So even better, I would say, in this case, when we're talking about the synergy of being able to buff up the Medusa and make it so that the Death Prophet doesn't feel comfortable man-fighting there.
Yeah, definitely. It's very good versus that exorcism and all that PL damage. It's going to negate a lot of it. The mana burn, of course, will still be there from that PL and everything, but yeah, it'll protect quite a bit. Feels like it could be strong. A little worried because there's going to be the book 3, so there's always going to be the dispels, but general.
Oh,
and Roger looking to get aggressive. Chu's level 6 already.
Yeah, they gave him the Ion Shell, and he makes the rotation, comes over, gets a fast kill, but Iceberg is there with the rebuttal. It's going to be able to bring down Chu. It's going to be forced away by the Stone Gaze, but Iceberg certainly not in any danger, and they can still maybe poke a bit here. Yeah, that's going to force Nefrit to TP out. G going to do the same thing here. Oh, jeez. I thought he was actually going to die there for a second. He gets away, though. And ultimately, they'll probably take this top tower.
Nice rotation by Iceberg. That's a big kill they get on Chu as well. Chuvash was level 6 tree in 8 minutes. Pretty ridiculous, but he does go down. He's going to be healing the tower up, so he's going to slow down the push a little bit to give the Medusa more time to get free farm in the jungle for now. But as soon as that tower does go down, they're going to look to invade. But Melojewel, he wants to keep slowing it down. If they can keep it alive any longer, it will get full healed.
They see the rotations, and they're going to call it. They're not going to commit to finishing up this tower, and as a result, as you said, probably going to get full healed.
I think they got to commit to make the next move again up there anyway, though, pretty soon. I don't think they want to just let him heal it up. General definitely wants to continue applying pressure with the rotation. Roger about to hit level 6, and then he wants to head up there. I think he has to. He wants to clear the small camp, get level 6, and then make the move. And yeah, they're going to do that.
Okay, so my question is, without Exorcism, do you think they can win a team fight in this top lane? If EXTREMUM plant heroes up here, as Melojewel's going to go for the bounty rune, he sees General, makes the initiation onto him. They're going to get the impale follow-up, but he is now silenced up and doesn't really have a good way out of this one. General not going for the black hole there, and as a result, nope, Melojewel still goes down. The Crypt Swarm just comes up a bit too quickly. The cooldown very low, and I had to say, the animation feels fantastic for Crypt Swarm now. Oh my goodness.
Absolutely instant. It's so nice, and with this kill, that might be enough for them to get the tower without them contesting it. True, he's going to try to heal it a little more, but let's see if they do want to look to make the move. They're actually, okay, they're smoking G with the Vendetta. They really want to hang on to this tower as long as possible. Second guessing themselves, though, as all of Na'Vi did reset. They've moved themselves out of the lane. Navi's actually, okay, doing maybe a heads-up play here, going behind enemy lines, perhaps. Getting a ward down, just be able to watch the Medusa and the rotation from that Void Spirit.
Gee, it's about 2 seconds too late to pop that smoke.
He had a read. He knew something was up.
Yeah. And he probably still has a read. They've got to be up here. If nobody's in the triangle, of all places, like, triangle's always populated with somebody. So if nobody's there, they got to be making a move. They just give up top lane, it seems.
Always want to fly, tries to set up the gank for mid with a glimpse play, but Melojewel has a nice Aether Remnant scouting the tree line, so he's able to get away. And Roger cancels the TP, so continues to look to pressure top. Is this the book 2 coming out? Yeah, no, it's still just the book 1 for General. Pressure being applied, though, on both fronts here, as top and mid are getting invaded quite hard. Does get the snipe onto V-Tune's courier. I think he already picked up his items from it. It was on the return. Nonetheless, some gold.
TP's out, goes to the bottom tier 2, doesn't head all the way back to
mid lane
base here. Nice roll in, the silence follow up. Iceberg's gonna get on top of him with the Spirit Siphon, but Iceberg still not picking up a level of his silence himself. I kind of would have liked to see that against a Void Spirit.
Yeah, me too, honestly, especially when like Earth Spirit's his is always low. Like, you're not gonna max silence on ever, so it's always gonna take time. Yeah, it doesn't have a single point. It's relying on Disrupted. Always want to fly to get in, but yeah, only 2 points in the glimpse. If he had the 3rd point, maybe, but wanted to help out the lane more for the 2 points in Thunderstrike. Don't miss him a kill.
I've also found that very often that extra level in Spirit Siphon doesn't change that much, you know? I feel like 3 charges is a lot to work with most of the time. But General is going to be pulled back in here to G. They have the wall. That's enough to slow him down and make sure that the Impale definitely lands. Shasho's got to be a little bit careful. Oh, no! The Ion Shell kills the melee Necronomicon Warrior. And G going to be caught inside the kinetic field. So an exchange well worth it for General, as they immediately smoke up and start moving with an invasion.
They have the ward. They saw an effort for a second.
They don't have glimpse.
Absolutely everything.
But they are going to get the roll in with the Static Storm. No opportunity for Stone Gaze. Big kills for Na'Vi as they are picking up the pressure and applying it heavily to EXTREMUM. Fortunately, they still have the Train Protector that can help keep this mid tower alive, but we'll see if they could just kind of all in it right now.
Medusa actually did not have Mana Shield on there. That's why she just melted so quickly. So I thought maybe they had a little bit of time if she did, but the way General.
Missing the initiation onto General. General Impale, and it's on to 2 as Roger rolls headlong into it with the Ion Shell doing some serious damage. That's going to be 2 quick kills. A silence on Melojewel, but he's going to be okay. Shot low with the run. He's going to be pulled right back by the glimpse. So they should be able to get the pick off on him. The Hood of Defiance is actually making him rather tanky here. And if anything, EXTREMUM with the Stone Gaze popped up. They pull him back in with the Void Spear. And Roger, he goes right into that fight, gets the Magnetize off, but that might not even kill shot flow here, as the tick is not going to be enough. He stays alive. That's a dieback for Roger.
EXTREMUM just very good about making sure they hold these towers. Just Na'Vi over pushing their limits a bit too far there. Even trying to get some quirky plays with this Death Prophet, just trying to force it, but everyone just shows up on EXTREMUM again and again. And G just on point with his impales. Again, a two-man. And yeah, Na'Vi just not ready to really fight. Vtoon, he needs some more time. He went for the Hood first, as we've seen popularized a lot. Now he has the Fusel, but yeah, that last fight, it was not his time to shine yet.
Love that bit of synergy there with the Void Spirit pulling and very similar to like Axe or something like that, and forcing you to actually look into the Stone Gaze. Very nice combination. We've seen plenty of like Kata. That would actually be the best combo.
Yeah,
but works quite well here. And would it be wrong to say, Fogged, I feel like Na'Vi is definitely showing a bit of a weakness here. I like their play better in this game one. That fast move where they caught Nefrit was really cool after just winning a fight top, but it does feel like they crack a little bit when you play this heavy defense around towers. They take some fights that are a bit messy and not very well advised, let's say.
They're just, it's full-blown aggression from Na'Vi, really. They just, they push it too far almost every time, it feels like, especially today. They've been a lot more disciplined in most of their games when they get their heroes. Maybe they're feeling a little bit off the foot because people have gotten to see them so many times now, and they're having to play this different style, this Earth Spirit plus Enigma style, which maybe it's tripping them up a tiny little bit. They do have this good timing though. Book 3, General does have this finished already, and this is a big timing for them. Diffusal, Hood, Book 3, Yule's also on Iceberg with a haste rune. Not quite level 12 on this Death Prophet, but they can now swing EXTREMUM out of their jungle. EXTREMUM might not be able to fight against this now. The PL is going to take over the fights for sure if he does show up.
Push through with the Necro 3s, D-ward everything.
Yeah. Get the whole high ground advantage too, so the fight will be dictated on your pace. Yeah, this is going to be a lot harder for EXTREMUM now to fight into a PL who's actually completely ready to fight. Okay. Double ion shells are ready though.
His Treant Protector. The Living Armor, it's forcing Na'Vi to commit to these tower pushes, I think, a lot more heavily than they would want to. Normally, you'd just be able to, like, okay, throw the Eidolons and the Necronomicon units at the tower, do a bunch of damage, and you'll kill it the next push, the next round of spells. But, nice initiation from Roger as G gets a little bit too far. He goes over to the other side of the river. They're going to make their full initiation, though, and Catch always want to fly, but it's a little bit awkward there with the Static Storm. Iceberg going in. He's got a haste rune after all. He's going to force Nefrit to turn and do something here. Does he have a TP? He doesn't have a TP. He does have a bunch of wand charges, and the Living Armor heal is doing a lot for him, but Nefrit might just die here as Iceberg is going to stick on his tail. Still got the Yule Scepter, a little bit more Spirit Siphon, the last bit of damage. Oh no, 90 HP is what he's going to survive on. Fortunately, Iceberg seems good as Chu is going to quickly get gobbled up by Vtoon, surrounding him with all these illusions with the Diffusal Blade. Impale goes out onto General. Thinking about making this play, they're going to go for it with the Vendetta. G trying to run him down, but now it's EXTREMUM's turn to get a little bit too aggressive, searching for kills that they cannot get. Na'Vi win a big team fight behind the Tier 1 towers. Maybe that's one way to do it. Don't fight around the Tier 1, fight around the Tier 2.
Vtoon was on the high ground for 10 seconds as well, just watching from the cliff, and then as soon as he shows up there, they all have the Delta split. Melojewel even also getting chased out all the way by Roger, and it ends up dying while the chase is happening mid on the Dusa. On the bottom right side, he was getting forced out. A commanding fight by Na'Vi, just starting to show that power when PL turns up, when Vtoon turns up versus this fight. He's a monster. There's not really great solutions for this Phantom Lancer, and he's really starting to snowball out of control. We saw this the other day from him as well, just versus very little counters of the PL.
It's a Vtoon specialty, like you said. Yep. Give him some of those. It's like him and what is his name now? Nightfall. the illusion, the young guns of CIS being illusionist specialists, you know?
Yeah. Oh, Epikid. Yeah, that's right. Maybe,
Yeah.
was it actually Epikid the other day? Now I'm thinking about maybe I did confuse the two of them for a second.
Shot slow.
Shot flow.
Get out the wall, Replica. He knows he's in trouble, so just fight around your wall as best you can. It's a good try, good attempt. He was hoping to be able to at least kill Always Want to Fly, but ultimately what does happen is he dies, and now his wall is on cooldown for a bit.
And I feel like that hurts them a lot in the fights. I feel like this wall is actually going to be extremely significant versus that PL. It's kind of their only, their only counter. Have your own PL yourself. As these aggressive wards, they already have an idea where Nefert is, immediately start to chase him. And they're bringing the PL, V2, he knows he can show up to all these fights. He has no risk of really dying. They don't have the controller damage for him. And he will eat Nefert.
Yeah. No, this is very concerning. I mean, we're at that point where he has a ton of illusions, but they're still kind of low on HP. But Nefert doesn't really pump out a ton of damage just yet.
No.
And so it feels like Nefert's just going to get outscaled, where you're going to get that big HP increase on the Phantom Lancer. I don't know what you go nowadays. I don't know if you still go Heart like you used to, or what that item is after Manta. But I feel like that's the end game right there, is Medusa just will no longer be able to play against that unless you're super far ahead.
Yeah, I totally agree. It'll likely be that Heart choice, and they don't have the damage to deal with it as is. When he has a Heart, Nefert has to build defensive too. He's queued up the VKB because of this mana burn and just the crazy amount of spells that Navi does have. It feels like he needs it, and that's gonna hurt him because then he's literally gonna have. They're gonna have absolutely nothing to deal with V2, and the Heart's already queued. He's gonna have the Manta finished up, and he's gonna go for that next. And Navi starting to get very good footing in this game.
G's going to go for the shard, as most Nyx assassins want to do. A little bit better for scouting and playing that front line. We also saw the Aghanim Scepter almost done for the Darkseer, so we're going to have that just another big buff, being able to have the extra charges as well as the 350 health.
I kind of would have liked G. He hasn't committed yet, but if he can, I'd like him to try to get the Blink Dagger. He has Darkseer on his team. It's just, it makes the whole combo work and just make it so much easier for you to always get those impales. He's also playing versus Enigma, so then he can position himself to stop the black holes in pretty much every situation. Okay. He's the 5 position, so it's hard to find that farm, but definitely would like to see that from him.
Help him stop the black hole as well, right? Yeah. I like that. Okay, well, do they have anything? I mean, the down part of the Train Protector pickup, great for defending these towers, but it only really feels good if you have the superior late game, right? And seems like Na'Vi, not only are they actually managing to take some of these outer towers, but when it fails like this, V2 just backs off and continues farming.
Just getting more out of the map, just moving Extremum around too, and this PL, he really is the king of the game. He supports, it's gonna get harder and harder for either G or Chu to pretty much do anything, as now, Shoshlo, he gets left alone up top.
I didn't quite see how he ended up in those tree areas, but...
Yeah, maybe it was just ion shelling the waves from the tree line or something and then just ran up and got caught? Not sure, I didn't see the start of it either.
It just sucks that Na'Vi are so easily able to kind of force a commitment out of Extremum. They're like, oh, we're going to hit this tier 2 tower, right? And all of Extremum move to be able to defend. And as a result, Na'Vi get to play a super farm efficient game where V-Tune pushes out the mid lane. You know, they're hitting jungle, a top area, as well as triangle. And now they have enough opening for them to be able to take this Roshan. So now we can get some real commitment from this Phantom Lancer, potentially take even more real estate. It's, I think it's about to get real dark in here for Extremum.
Yeah, the map control from Always Want to Fly and Na'Vi has just been really nice. Once they started feeling like they got any type of lead, the ward coverage and everything, they see everything that Extremum's trying to do as G up top. We'll get the Carapace off, and we'll be able to disengage. But they're just able to watch everything from Extremum. And Extremum, it feels like it's a Medusa game, but even more so this time around because Mellow Jewel's having this tough time on the Void Spirit, so it's absolutely everything about this Medusa with nowhere near the same amount of buffs as last game. Yeah. No one to carry a Solar Crest. He's just got an Ion Shell and a Living Armor, which aren't the most beneficial on a hero like Medusa.
15-16, a 2,000 net worth lead for Na'Vi. But more importantly, they've got the carry matchup.
And Iceberg's also farming really well in this game too, and he's got this BKB so early on. There's nothing really to counteract him. If he's BKB'd running in the fights, it full counters EXTREMUM, and then he can just get right on top of this Medusa every single one of the fights. So it's the PL matchup, and it's also just they're getting so much on everybody.
G.
It's Melojewel.
He does manage to find an opening for Melojewel to finish off that disruptor. Iceberg. He tries to come in. EXTREMUM, though, you can see even after a pickoff like that, they can't even like, okay, guys, let's push the creep wave over the river. Like, nah, they got to back up. As they're still fighting into an Aegis of the Phantom Lancer.
It is pretty crazy how all their lanes are forced in so much when they're the team with Darkseer and Tree. Like, usually these heroes are pretty good at dealing with split push, but Na'Vi just force hitting it too hard and forcing these fights. Like you said, making them move around the map is 5. And a V-Tune, he's already starting to burn some of Nefrit's mana. And now the book on him too. He has to BKB.
They're saying we got to fight sometime here, boys. And they're going to go for the bounty runes here on the triangle. They're going to try and pull back Iceberg. Iceberg, though, he didn't get hit by the Remnant. The Void Spirit missed out on that one, hitting a Necronomicon unit instead. The Silence not quite there in time, and he does manage to get the Dissimulate shortly after. A pull back onto Nefrit. Short amount of distance, but still enough to get him inside the Static Storm. The kinetic field around him, the Black Hole going off as well. They know all of EXTREMUM have retreated, so they say this is a free Black Hole, and they're absolutely correct in that. Now the roll in is, barely skeets right in front of Shotslow. If he'd actually nailed him with that boulder, pretty sure the Darkseer would have died as well. But as it is, even just the carry means Na'Vi have free reign of the map.
Oh man, these fights just are not going to get easier at all too. Every time that now that he has committed for BKB, they're aware of it. That's exactly how they're going to kick off all the fights. So he has to really hide on this Medusa now and just let the other heroes really frontline for him and protect him, because he shows they're going to poke him, they're going to force the BKB and just do this kind of dance and reset. So fights, EXTREMUM have to be prepared for them to just poke and prod him. They have to either like full commit when they are poking and prodding, or just have a better way to fight around it and just protect that Medusa. It's not easy.
And that's where your like faster blink dagger for the Nyx assassin could have helped, right? In forcing the enemy team, if they're going to poke, actually make that a team fight that's gonna work for you. It's top lane.
Yeah, like,
he sees the courier coming in. He tries to give the warning. Look out, Melojewel. You're getting ganked up right now with all these couriers running up to top lane. But it looks like Melojewel. Ooh, nice sidestep there. Doesn't get hit by the boulder. Roger had an idea. It wasn't a bad idea, but slightly off there. Nefrit. Nefrit. He's going to have to pop the Stone Gaze here. Burned out of all this mana. The Phantom Lancer looking to commit even still. Might be able to reach him. Vacuum pulling him back away from the Medusa. Nefrit's going to be okay. Shotslow still has a surge to work with, so they're all fine. But still, I mean, it says so much that this Medusa, she's always running away.
And they can't make any aggressive moves themselves, because I feel like Melojewel is actually the only one who can make the aggressive moves now at this point. Like Nyx, sure, G is a monster on his own, but he doesn't have a partner in this game. Melojewel is just unable to actually make those type of moves. And Nefrit, at least he held his BKB when they did go on him there. He actually did not pop it. So it does at least still have that 9 second for the next fight, but there's just, the map control is just getting better and better for the side of Na'Vi. And Chewy, he's getting like this blink, and he's getting this farm on this tree, but I'm not feeling what it's going to contribute into the fights. Maybe we'll see just a vacuum overgrowth meteor hammer and it'll change everything that I'm talking about, but have yet to see it so far.
Yeah, no, that seems like a bit of a dream, not rooted in reality, considering the fact they do have so many ways to stop that combination, right? With all these silences and stuns they've got from their 2, 4, and 5 position.
Yeah, it could catch them off guard though, right? Like if he sees G, or if he sees Iceberg overcommit with and he pops BKB on this Death Prophet, and they get a Stone Gaze, they blink, they overgrowth, they can actually do some decent damage inside of the fight. So we'll see how he is able to make it work. It's still a very uphill battle for them, and I still am very curious who's going to deal the damage versus this Heart PL who just finished it. But they will have at least some type of follow-up and setup in the fight. I think this PL is just going to, maybe even if everyone else dies, I think V-Tune's going to just kill the entire enemy team.
Yeah, this Medusa's working towards a butterfly.
traditionally, Phantom Lancer doesn't like building MKB, but when you're this far ahead, boy, look at that hero damage difference. That's pretty rough.
Yep.
When you're this far ahead, I don't think Phantom Lancer, that butterfly's not going to be the biggest power spike in the world. He's
Most
going to be
definitely
Heart
not.
Scotty.
Yeah, he's going to be, he's already at kind of critical mass versus this lineup of Extremum is they just don't have the damage to deal with him at all. And at least the one fortunate thing they do have is the wall. I see you only put 1 point in it, though. Let's get that level 14. Let's get 2 points, because that might be the best counter versus the PL, just himself.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Heart finished up. Na'Vi, they look at the bottom half of the map. They say, okay, there's a tier 1 and tier 2 still there. That's pretty much free real estate, free gold there for the taking. We can make kind of an efficient move if we want to. Cut mid, cut bottom. Take those towers without giving up like too much map control to Extremum. Extremum, meanwhile, are going to play into the enemy triangle and see if they can get some sort of advantageous setup here against Na'Vi.
They've got a read. Navi's got a read of where this is going down, though. They think the whole swing on the right side. Nobody shows up. They're going to now swing onto the high ground, perhaps, just to get some information. They will. They're going to at least see that nobody else is up here. And now they know exactly where Extremum is going to be set up all around that tower. Extremum going to full bail as soon as that ward does start getting taken out from Na'Vi. If they don't lose anything. Decent little dance coming out.
Might still be able to take this tier 1 tower with the Train Protector, but yeah. Everyone else backed away as soon as they saw their ward being de-warded like that. They know their retreat is kind of being cut off, and the only way back is TP.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And look how Na'Vi, with this swing, look at the coverage now of the map. They have all the information. Leaving Extremus base, it's going to be telegraphed completely. Na'Vi's going to know every single time when they go to set up toward these. So they got to try to get the D-wards out here at some point soon. They will be at least able to finish this tower. Chu might get caught now, though.
He's got G with them, so maybe they can pop. Always want to fly real quickly. Melajewel makes it a lot easier with that silence, but now, can they get out without being sandwiched?
Oh.
Jules? Oh, man.
Nighttime. Couldn't
Oh,
quite
no.
see it at first.
Shotchlo, he's been caught on the other side of the map. Again, is going to throw out the wall. They do have the overgrowth. Shotchlo is probably still going to tick out, but maybe they can fight this since they know there's not a whole lot of heroes around this area. They're going to be able to pop the Earth Spirit, but the real Phantom Lancer is already playing the edges. In fact, he is tempted to go back in. He's got some help coming down the river here. He's going to chase after him. The smoke goes off from G. It's immediately broken. His V2 already had the charge onto him. Sees him
He knows how
again.
strong he is.
Oh, yeah, he feels very, very strong. He's going to go for the kill on a G. The Stone Gaze is not going to stop that.
He actually forced the Stone Gaze as well. That one from Nefra was very defensive. Now 80 seconds where they're not going to have it. Na'Vi might just force the issue here. The lanes aren't in a beautiful position, though, but top mid is actually kind of pushing in, and they do have a catapult wave. They might look to swing over there with a fresh level 18 on the Death Prophet, so level 3 Ghosts at the ready. Yeah, no Stone Gaze, no Train Protector ulti. No wall now. I think you can full commit if you are Na'Vi.
What about the fact that Roshan's coming up, though?
That is a good point.
Yeah.
But they don't know just yet. Send some couriers to go scout it. But I think that they can apply pressure and just keep them trapped inside their base for the next few moments.
Just do that, like, safe kind of push where you know, okay, we're not really going to take a team fight here, guys, but we're just going to force them to sit in their base. We're going to get a courier into Roshan. As soon as that's up, we can go ahead, run back, maybe even smoke back to Roshan, get some good vision down, take that kind of team fight.
I think they could honestly just force the issue, but if they want to be safe, yeah, just back up for the Roche when it does come up. Because at V2, and I think V2 and Iceberg actually can just straight up frontline and just hit the base, since there's going to be so much time for this Medusa to get Stone Gaze and everything at the ready, and they can't do anything without their combo. They're just going to have to watch on Extremum.
No, that's absolutely true. Without Wall and Stone Gaze, it's like they need every single one of their abilities to make that big combo you're talking about to have a chance to win this fight. I think your idea is definitely not that crazy. It all just depends on exactly how safe and disciplined Na'Vi want to be. They want to go for the
you know, the 99% safe play, back up and do Roshan. You want to
Yeah.
go for the 90% safe play, take a little bit of risk for maybe a faster game. You can certainly hit that high ground if you want to.
If it's the Navi that we saw from the last game too, I think they didn't just hit the high ground because they were so aggressive. Like, but this time they definitely took the pedal off the metal a little bit here, and they've been a lot more disciplined with their movements around general. Much better game for him. 5-2 and 8. Didn't go for the BKB again, but went for a very protective build for himself and his team. And he's just the way that he's played. I've just watched him this time around. He's not leading the charge into the front lines. He's letting Roger throw his life away instead of himself now.
I was going to say that same thing. It didn't feel like he was playing. He was trying to make that territory play where he's going, I'm going to make the map smaller by planting myself over here. Felt like he was more often than not letting somebody else lead that charge, more often than not playing around his team rather than being solo playing in an area and being like, this is my map.
Yeah, he's like I'm a Beastmaster, but wait. No, I'm not.
Yeah, you're a Beastmaster, but like your kill power comes with heavy commitment. Beastmaster, you know, you roar, you've got the extra movement speed, you can run away and let your Necronomicons do the dirty work, you know? Enigma doesn't have that same kind of play.
No. It's a full commit when you go in, for sure.
Seeing all kinds of stats pop up that all pretty much say the same thing, which is Na'Vi has been in good control of this game. They've been the ones with more map control. They've been taking the Roshan. They've been taking the bounties. We've been seeing this Medusa getting picked off a few times, which has led to the Phantom Lancer getting way far out and ahead when it comes to the net worth. And as a result, he's just able to take up more and more of the map because he's getting stronger and stronger, and Extremum's running out of damage to be able to deal with him.
Yeah, they just don't have it. They just will not have it for a very long time. It's like the next two items for the it's gonna have to be Butterfly and into Rapier onto the Medusa, and I mean that'll satisfy a little bit, but I still don't even think that's enough. It's not enough just himself to be able to take it out. It's a very uphill battle for Extremum. As I wonder what happened to Chu. He's been gone for quite some time now.
Yeah. Hopefully he's okay. As it's got the spider legs on a tree protector.
I did see that too.
What happened to protecting the trees?
Yeah, as long as you don't use it, he's already walking over the trees anyway, so you know he doesn't have to use it. He's speedy. I mean, that's actually a good thing to point out. I've been looking around at the neutral items. He's really liking I mean, everyone loves the Quicksilver amulet so much.
Oh yeah.
But I feel like with Medusa, it doesn't seem that phenomenal. You have two passives.
Yeah. You've got that Mystic Snake that I guess you usually throw out at the start of a fight, but no, I agree with you.
The projectile speed and the animation is definitely massive, but I mean, I didn't actually even look what other options he did have this game.
Feels like all the new items are a bit overtuned.
I have to agree. I see Elven Tunic, and I'm like, Jesus, this item just has everything you want in it. You know?
Yeah.
And then look at Cloak of Flames. It's just like, wow, like armor, magic resist, and I do AoE. Sure, like dream item for a hero like Death Prophet. Like, yeah, definitely feel the same. Even like Possessed Mask on certain heroes just feel like absolutely busted. But
Fairy Trinket as well. Similar argument where it's like on certain heroes, it's just way too good for a tier 1 item. Yeah, Cloak of Flames, I think, is one of the ones that surprised me the most when I was like, oh, that's a really cool active. The passive must not be that good, but, like, you get armor and magic resistance? Like, all right, I can understand one or the other, but it's...
At least it got nerfed. It was really busted when it first got added. It was like, even, it was just too big, too much. It just gave too much. Yeah, it did get slightly hit.
Yeah, the fact that it did full damage on illusions as well was kind of busted for certain heroes.
Yeah.
Like, oh, cool. I'm not a Radiance hero, but now I've got Radiance-like farming capabilities.
Some of them are hard to really keep track of, like the ceremonial robe in team fights too, right? Like I feel like that one's really weird because it's like status and magic resist and stuff. It's just I haven't seen it like throw anybody's timing off yet, like with their disables, but I feel like people still are forgetting what some of them do. Like I see people with Psychic Headband not use it the entire game.
Oh yeah,
it has an active.
That one's a weird one to use for sure. All right, so what are the? I know you're a fiend. fucked when it comes to watching Dota. I know I see you watching streams all the time since we're Twitch friends. What what are some underrated heroes of the patch? What are some heroes that you're like, that's a sleeper right there?
I don't know about I can't really say a sleeper because this was really popular, but when I saw Clinks the other day, I was like, why is Clinks not played every game?
Yeah.
That hero still seems like you get to a point where your skeletons, you have like eight skeletons or something in these fights, and the skeletons are just killing people. He does so much damage. He scales super hard too. I don't know. Maybe that's one of them for me, but that was known, of course, at the beginning. Everyone was like, Clinks is broken. So I don't know. I've been kind of playing like the same heroes a lot, to be honest with you. I've loved Shadow Shaman. I feel like that's one of my favorite fours right now.
Yeah. Clockwork. That's one of my favorite fours right now. You know, I'm a Clockwork player, so any meta of Clockwork feels good. I'm just gonna be spamming it because God, he's so fun. But I think Pango's a little bit of a sleeper just because he got so many buffs. With his shard is like a huge buff when it comes to, I mean, multiple things, right? Making sure you actually get off your ultimate in time when it comes to certain things, like say playing up against an invoker. With Cold Snap, you get that shard, like you guarantee, okay, fast magic immunity, guaranteed roll up, or very similar to like a Eul's Scepter where you just want to combo stun somebody. That shard makes a whole lot of difference. There's the Orb of Corrosion is a big buff to him as well. And then I've just been playing all those weird fives that honestly look super fun. Tried Brewmaster, Death Prophet. I'm going to try Naga Siren because Always Want to Fly made that look really busted in the laning phase and just how he just did not give a single flying hoot.
Yeah, I think Dota's in a cool state where, you know, everyone else says, you know, the Noto thing, it's anything can work, but I think we're getting even more toward that territory. You sure you're gonna have like some flaws and some holes in your drafts at times because of it, but it's cool to see just the variety that we're seeing. I'm seeing like, you know, Puppy picks Puck 5 one game, then he plays Chen another, then we've seen Enchantress and like other. There's so many different varieties. Like you said, Naga 5 position, Death Prophet 5 position. Just feels like we're in a pretty cool state of the game where you can play your heroes and you don't have to just be locked in a role.
I'm getting more and more convinced that the Juggernaut build that people are experimenting more and more with, which is getting the Swift Blink with the Shard, Maelstrom, Mjolnir, like getting the Aghanim Scepter, like, oh my God. You don't have some sort of instant disable or BKB piercing disable. It's actually insane because this guy, he Swift Blinks on you. He either does his Omni Slash or he does his Swift Slash. Either one, like, you know, just a small bit of single target damage if you do the Swift Slash. And then you immediately spin afterwards, and you're going like 700 movement speed because of the Swift Blink. It's insane.
It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. I think the Jug is probably one of the best carries, if not, like, yeah, actually probably the top 3 or so right now in the patch for me. He just feels, unless he's versus a straight up counter, like he's versus like summons like a Lycan or something like that. He can still also itemize versus it, but he's so powerful. This shard is absurd.
Yeah.
You do so much damage. Your spin is ridiculous too with the talent. There's nothing that you can really build to counter the hero, it feels, in a lot of situations. Chuvash has no reconnect button.
Oh dear. Well, not to worry, lads and ladies. We are still in beta here when it comes to Dota 2. So, these things tend to happen.
There's no way to get back in, right? If that happens, you can't get back in.
No, there's no
They're going to have to micro him.
I'm pretty sure there's no console command that lets you get back into things.
No. I mean, this game was looking pretty much impossible for them anyway, but that would be very unfortunate because they just got a lot of item timings for themselves.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, I'll be honest, if I was on EXTREMUM's side, like, I don't know if I would be mad, you know? I'd be like, okay, that game felt pretty over. But they're going to try it out. They're going to play it out 4 versus 5 and try and micro Chu, which I was going to say is a hero that doesn't need a whole lot of microing. And then I remembered he's got the Meteor Hammer as well, so.
Well, this is going to be very difficult for them.
Yeah.
Let's see if they're able to somehow now weather it, as he was also the one who was split pushing and actually making this lead look less commanding. It says only 5K, but I feel like it would be a lot more if he wasn't split pushing. And now that they're not going to have that split push at all.
Yeah,
That feels bad.
He was constantly forcing reactions out of the enemy. Anytime he sees someone where he's split pushing, whether he gets caught or not, it means Medusa feels comfortable at actually going outside and being a little bit more aggressive and where she could farm.
Yeah, I mean, now it's Navi's just got the whole map's open. Roche has respawned. They're going to back up. They haven't actually sent the courier to scout it. The pauses always mess with people's heads too, and they're trying to reset. Roger's just farming neutrals now because they know the game's in the bag. He's just gonna get a BKB, and they're gonna be able to get so much more on the map. 4v5. Oh, I hate when games get like this.
Yeah, it just becomes sort of an inevitable farm fest. And the team that's playing 4 versus 5, I mean, I have no idea, but Chu, maybe he does a bit of shot calling. I'm sure he does, since he's playing the 4 position. Losing your shot caller is just gonna make things even harder to operate. Melojul does manage to find the pick off on Always Wanna Fly. Has to pop his BKB. He doesn't have mana. Okay, there you go. Regen's back up. Oh, God. The black hole comes in from General. And now he's going to die. Oof.
Right next to Roche as well, so
yeah.
Right into Roche. Navi can go. And Nefrit just needs to, like we said, farm Rapier. And that's pretty much the only chance that they even have. Even if Chu is here, it was still the same case. He needs this Rapier after the BKB to have any hope. After the Butterfly, sorry. But now they're into an Aegis and a Cheese.
Kind of feel like they know Roshan's going on. Nobody wants. Just give that to the Medusa. Let her get that farm. All right, Aegis and Scotty. Done for V-Tune. Yikes.
Inevitable defeat incoming.
Yeah.
Again, dude, Shashlo again did not put his point in his ult. He just got his talent. Okay, I got the talent. Never mind. He did get the 4th point of Surge, though, instead of getting level 2 wall, and then he took the talent. So, I mean, I think that they need everything they can get, but either way, it probably wouldn't have saved them anyway.
Yeah, I totally get what you're saying. Comes to an extra 15% damage out of that illusion. When you already have some damage issues, he's gonna die. Bye-bye.
And they will be, I mean, Chu, or whoever's microing Chu, will continue to split push bottom. He does not have a TP. Can they even buy him a TP when he's not there? So he can't TP back to base. He's gonna have to make the long run back as V-Tune starts the siege.
Oh dear. Well, there goes their big old wombo combo. They're gonna have to wait a bit. V-Tune's just gonna start poking away at Nefrit's mana. This is the problem when you don't have the damage yet on the Medusa. Illusions will start burning away your mana bit by bit. All right. Chu is here. Not actually inside the server, but his hero is here. And he's with the EXTREMUM in spirit anyways. Melojul tries to go for the pick off on Always Wanna Fly like he did before, but this time around he ran out of damage. Now he's going to be running out of BKB charge. Does have to dissimulate. Dodges the 1 stun from Rogers. Good, he's going to get pulled back in. With no dissimulate, it just kind of means he's free for glimpsing. G comes in, executes Always Wanna Fly, who immediately buys back, but now Void Spirit is finally gonna head down to the grave. Chu sitting here, waiting for his opportunity. Actually gets rolled on by Roger. Roger reveals there's a real tree protector here. Somebody micro up. Oh, they're gonna pop the ultimate on just Roger here, who's immediately gonna pop his BKB in turn. Get it out of that route. Get the silence onto everybody. Microing. Not going so hot for Chu. They're gonna go for the 1-man black hole onto the Darkseer. Nefrit doing bits of damage. Does manage to bring down General. And Nefrit, oh, he's doing some real work here on some of the heroes that are not Phantom Lancer. Phantom Lancer, though, is at half health, still has plenty of heart to work with. And eventually, Nefrit's going to be all alone. In fact, I almost feel like he's intentionally leaving Nefrit alone as he's just continuing to sit there, right-click, 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 but it's resulting in almost nothing. As V-Tune still has the Aegis to work with here, so he can just kind of suicide bomb onto the Medusa. Medusa is going to get back to the fountain in time here. Iceberg wait for V-Tune to come back up and finish off. I guess they can go top lane if they want.
Why not? V-Tune is unkillable.
Yeah.
If he just dances in those fights, he'll live, but he just knows, like, he can just commit, he'll die, reset. Nefrit has to just buy something with the gold that he did get. He gets a Maelstrom. Might be able to help him a little bit, but without a BKB, he gets committed on immediately by VTune. And it's still not up. For one more second.
All right, there goes the BKB, but he's kind of out of mana here, and he's not doing the most damage to VTune, so it's going to have to reset back up. Exorcism's now up. Iceberg wants to make this push happen a little bit faster. They are either going to have to go for tier 4s or push out that bottom lane as the tier 2 is still up. So EXTREMUM still holding out hope they can deal with this.
And now Nefrit's probably feeling pretty bad that he purchased the Maelstrom, because now there's no way he gets the Rapier in any hopes. As Na'Vi can just, now swing, just clean up the game.
Yeah, we haven't even seen level 25 on the Phantom Lancer where you can get that doppelganger cooldown. It goes down to 6 seconds, so then, as you said, he can survive through anything as long as he's just able to keep dancing around.
And he finds an illusion escape as well. He's trying to find it amongst all the illusions, but, you know, insult to injury, why not?
Yeah. Does the illusion escape? Did it not throw the spear?
I think I saw the same thing, right? That was
Yeah.
weird. Maybe it doesn't.
Did the Manta illusions throw the spear, right?
Yeah. Maybe I saw, I don't know. Maybe I saw something crazy. Maybe you did. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll keep a close eye, and I'm sure we'll see it again.
Radiant are scanning.
Oh God, I missed it. Can we scroll back? Yeah. Thank you. All right. Let's see. Throws the spear. Oh no, it did. It
did.
made
It's
an
just
animation. I don't think it threw a spear though.
No, it did the arm movement.
Yeah.
That's okay. Interesting.
Thank you, production. Learned something new
Roger.
here as we kind of wait for EXTREMUM to make their last stand.
Roger just rolled into the side of the map like 4 times, just stayed in the same position.
Well, is he trying to get up and over the wall, or is he just having some fun?
I couldn't tell, honestly. It looked like he was just memeing.
Well, EXTREMUM's got to make the first move here. Flicker.
They're going for the big combo.
Yeah, the big combo. But Na'Vi is very disciplined. They say, EXTREMUM, you know, you took that first game, but even here in a 4 versus 5, we're going to respect you enough to make sure we do not group up for that big combo. Now the Death Prophet's going to start showing himself. See if they get the opportunity. Static Storm does manage to catch the Nyx Assassin, so there's going to be no Impale here. Iceberg goes for the Exorcism, starts salting the back line. Well, Nefrit burned out of his mana. There goes the Black Hole out from General. Managed to catch the Void Spirit, the Overgrowth to be able to stop it with the Meteor Hammer from behind, but V2 managed to jump over the Doppelganger, and EXTREMUM will call GG. We are going to a game 3. Something that I feel like we kind of knew for the last